No holding back today, guys. It's 2001, shining at your eyes wide shut. Today we're going to be talking about Stanley Kubrick. Let's start with 2001, A Space Odyssey. Allegedly, you guys know there's probably videos you've been exposed to on YouTube and somewhere else or elsewhere connecting Stanley Kubrick with the moon landing, the first moon landing we all got to see. Now, you and I, we all know what sophistication looks like. That moon landing did not look sophisticated, but ironically enough, shortly thereafter, or right at that time, Stanley Kubrick was making his, I don't know, this guy's got a few swan songs, but he gave us 2001, A Space Odyssey. And this is where we would be first introduced to Dave, the artificial intelligence running the ship. And the sad part is Dave is a real, let's put it this way, without there being spoiler alerts, their mission was to explore and discover, get some more info on something. And he was so driven that it really wouldn't matter if the astronauts lived or not that went on that space mission, went into hibernation. We got to see up front that AI doesn't have a consciousness like we do and can make decisions without even shedding a tear when it comes to human life. Objective only. So that was very shocking, even for all of us to see that in the late 60s, 70s. But wow, here it's 2025. We really are dealing with AI. Next, The Shining. When I was a kid and The Shining just made its debut a little bit later in the 70s, it was horrible. That commercial, all I remember the silhouette of Jack Nicholson with his axe, and I remember snow, and I remember being in a living room with my mother at the time, and the commercial came on, and I freaked out when I saw the commercial. Stanley Kubrick's insane when he decides what music he's going to put on his movies, and you guys will know, if you've seen The Shining, how appropriate that music is, the soundtrack, the score in the background. But nonetheless, I ran from my room to from that living room to my mother's room or my parents' bedroom, and the TV was on there too, and that commercial was on. So The Shining horrified me before I could even see it. Horrified me. I think that scarred me as a little kid. You know how kids get about things. Like, this character's going to be moving around, and all I saw was the commercial, people. The commercial. I would come to appreciate the movie. It's crazy, but I would come to appreciate it for the artful masterpiece it is. Again, he's done many movies. You guys already know his contribution to the Vietnam movie. I don't remember off the top of my head, but a lot of people remember the opening scene of that war movie at the boot camp. I'm sorry, it'll come to me, but I want to not get far from the last masterpiece, which was the last movie that Stanley Kubrick could ever give us. It was Eyes Wide Shut and not a disappointment. There's no AI. There's no creepy Jack Nicholson character roaming an empty hotel up in the mountains with his wife and child, scared out of their minds. But they do well. They do well. They're not to worry, no matter how bad he was. But now let's talk about Eyes Wide Shut. This is not the first time I've made a reference to that movie. It's a masterpiece. I saw Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, a real married couple, go through something that I would think is totally emotional with a movie like that, and the content they had to speak as themselves, as a married couple in the movie, already being married. They didn't last long too much after that movie, but I'm not connecting the movie to that. It was just a very, very real, magnificent movie. The art style, you'll be impressed right away when they're at the party. If that's the first thing that I remember, when they're at the party, I think this is when we're introduced to them. You'll be impressed because right away, Stanley Kubrick just doesn't give you the character. He just doesn't give you the dialogue. You're going to get the whole package. And this is what I mean. You're going to be aware of the art in the background. You're going to be of the music that's being played. You're going to be aware of the wardrobes that are being selected. And you know what? Again, he's not recognized. Maybe he doesn't actually write the scores of music that accompany his films, but if he's the selector of that, respect to the composers, but he's out of this world. And I really want to just say to you guys today, thank you for this time. I'm really, really pushing you guys to really enjoy the catalog of Stanley Kubrick. I didn't remember that Army movie just yet. You guys will probably remember better than me, but A Clockwork Orange, that, again, it didn't make my top three, but you will never forget that you saw a movie like that. Stanley Kubrick makes movies. The only other person I can say who's close to that, and I may be missing one, and I'll surely bring them up in the future, but Quentin Tarantino might have a fraction of what Stanley Kubrick has. And when I give that fraction to Quentin, I'm giving that fraction as a mountain. Peace and love, people. It's a movie day today. Movies worth seeing. Take care.